My name is Amelia, and I'm a forensic accountant. My entire job revolves around one simple truth: numbers don't lie. I spend my days digging through spreadsheets and bank records to find the truth hidden in plain sight. People lie. Corporations lie. But the math is always honest. My family, on the other hand, specializes in fiction. It was a dull Tuesday evening, around 7 p.m. I was at my desk, deep in a fraud case, with a lukewarm coffee and a highlighter in my hand. The numbers were telling me a story about a shell company, and I was just getting to the good part when my phone buzzed. The name Brenda lit up the screen. My mother. I had a bad feeling. It wasn't the usual, just checking in, call. The family group chat had been eerily silent toward me for 3 weeks, ever since the incident at Sunday dinner. I let it ring twice more, took a breath, and picked up. Hi, Mom. What's up? Amelia, she said. No pleasantries. Her voice was cold, rehearsed. We need to talk about Ava's housewarming party. My stomach tightened. I stared at the peeling paint on my apartment wall. Oh, right. That's this Saturday, isn't it? Do you need me to bring something? A salad? A long, heavy silence stretched across the line. I could hear the canned laughter from a sitcom she was watching in the background. Actually, she finally said, "You're not invited." I set my highlighter down. What? What do you mean, I'm not invited? Your sister. Ava, she just doesn't feel comfortable having you there. Not after what happened. You really hurt her, Amelia. I closed my eyes. What happened, she was referring to, was me quietly asking my sister why she was planning to buy a luxury handbag when she was, to my knowledge, flat broke. Mom, that's ridiculous. I barely said anything. You embarrassed her. Brenda snapped, her voice rising. She's the golden child, and you just can't stand it. Now, look. Your father and I talked it over. We think there's a way you can fix this. I waited. This was new. Usually, I was just expected to apologize and grovel. You can come to the party if you make a real apology. And what, I asked, my voice dangerously quiet, does a real apology look like to you? Well, Brenda said, and I could hear the smile in her voice, we all know how upset she was about that purse. She feels that if you really supported her brand, you'd want her to have it. It's what did she call it? A peace offering. It's only about $5,000. It's the only way she'll know you're truly sorry. I was speechless. My jaw literally dropped. They weren't just banning me. They were extorting me. $5,000 for an entry ticket. And then, the final twist of the knife. In the background, I heard a high-pitched giggle. It was Ava. And then my father, Richard, his voice booming and dismissive. Oh, she'll do it, he laughed. Amelia can't stand being left out. She'll pay. She always does. My hand was shaking. I ended the call mid-laugh. The phone slipped from my fingers onto the desk. They were demanding $5,000 from me so I could attend a party in a house that I was secretly paying the mortgage on. A house they had no idea I had been funding for exactly 1 year. It all started 2 years ago. Ava, my younger sister, has always been the star. I was the smart one, which in my family is code for boring and dependable. Ava was the creative one, the charmer, the lifestyle influencer who was allergic to a 9-to-5 job. She called me one night, sobbing. Not regular crying. This was the full-scale, hyperventilating performance. Amelia, I found it. It's the house, she wailed. The light is perfect for my videos. The kitchen, oh, you should see the kitchen. It's destiny. She sent the link. It was a beautiful craftsman bungalow. The kind of place I had been saving for myself. The problem? Ava's credit score was a dumpster fire. Years of impulsive purchases, maxed out credit cards, and zero savings. "I just need a little help," she whispered. "Just a cosigner, and maybe some help with the down payment. Please, Amelia. You're the only one I can count on." That was the kill shot. You're the only one. She needed $42,000. I looked at my own savings account. It contained $43,500. My 5-year plan to buy my own small condo. I looked at the water stain on my ceiling. I thought about my 10-year-old car. And I wired her the money. My dream became her foundation. At first, I told myself it was fine. Family helps family. But 3 months after she moved in, the phone rang again. "Amelia? So, the mortgage it's just a little higher than I thought," she said, avoiding my eyes over a coffee date. "And the HOA fees are insane. Could you, maybe, just help out for a few months? Just until my brand really takes off?" Her brand was an Instagram account with 4,000 followers she'd bought and an Etsy shop that hadn't made a sale. But I did it. I set up the automatic transfer. $2,400 for the mortgage. $600 for the HOA. $3,000. Every single month. It just vanished from my account. Then came the extras. The power got shut off. Emergency car repairs, which I later saw on Instagram, were actually new custom rims. That year, I canceled my first real vacation in 6 years. I told my friends I was too busy with work. The truth was, I couldn't afford the plane ticket. Not while Ava was posting weekly self-care spa days and designer hauls. Her captions were the worst. "Work hard. Stay grateful. Manifest your blessings." Yeah. That blessing she was manifesting had a name, and its initials were AMELIA. Which brings us to that Sunday dinner 3 weeks ago. My parents were glowing, praising Ava's success. "She's doing it all on her own," Brenda beamed. "So independent." Ava just soaked it all in. Then, she let out a dramatic sigh. "Everything would be perfect if I could just get that YSL bag. It's crucial for my brand image at this networking event." I just stared at her. Later, when we were clearing dishes in the kitchen, I pulled her aside. My voice was low. "Ava," I said, "I literally just paid your overdue water bill last week. How can you even think about a $5,000 handbag?" She didn't get angry. She crumbled. It was a theatrical masterpiece. Tears flooded her eyes. She dropped a plate, not a good one, just a saucer. She ran from the room, sobbing. "She's so judgmental," she cried out to our parents. "She doesn't understand the pressure I'm under." Instantly, I was the villain. The cold, heartless, numbers-obsessed sister who was jealous of her successful sibling. My parents rushed to comfort her. I was left standing alone in the kitchen, holding a dirty dish rag. And now, the apology for telling the truth was that I had to buy her the very bag we'd fought about. If you're enjoying this story so far, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments what city you're watching from. Every comment helps the story reach more people. Thank you so much. Sitting in my apartment, the silence buzzing in my ears, I finally understood. I wasn't the dependable daughter. I was the family ATM, useful for withdrawals, but a problem when I asked for accountability. They wanted a financial apology. Fine. As a forensic accountant, I deal in proof. I turned to my laptop. I didn't just get angry, I got organized. I logged into my bank account. And I didn't just look. I printed. I printed the wire transfer receipt for the $42,000 down payment. I took a yellow highlighter and circled the amount. I printed all 12 monthly bank statements showing the $3,000 transfer to Ava's account. I highlighted each one in blue. I printed the separate Zelle and Venmo payments for the electric bill, the water bill, the emergency rims. All highlighted in pink. I went to my desk, grabbed a thick, 3-ring binder and a label maker. Click by click, I inserted each page into a plastic protector. It was a methodical, calming process. The soft shing of paper sliding into plastic was the only sound in the room. When I was done, I had a 3-inch thick monument to my own stupidity. I typed out a label and stuck it on the spine. It read, "The house that Amelia built." I did the math in the front cover. The grand total of my support, $85,320.14. Saturday came. The day of the party. My phone was dead silent. I'd been removed from all the family chats, I assumed. Around 2 p.m., I got a single text from my Aunt Susan, my mom's sister. "The party looks amazing. So many decorations. Sorry you're not here, honey." I texted back, "It's okay. I'm busy." And I was. I was at my laptop. I logged into my bank. I navigated to the Scheduled Payments tab. I saw the $3,000 transfer set to go out on the 1st of the month. I clicked Edit. And then I clicked Cancel. A small pop-up asked, "Are you sure?" I smiled. "Oh, yes." I clicked Confirm. Then, I shut my laptop. I booked a 90-minute deep tissue massage. I went to a nice restaurant, sat at the bar by myself, and ordered an $80 bottle of wine I'd always wanted to try. For one day, I lived like Ava. The silence was beautiful. For 10 days, I heard nothing. I slept better than I had in years. The 15th of the month came and went. Then, on the 16th, my phone exploded. It was Ava. Her voice wasn't sad. It wasn't manipulative. It was pure, high-pitched panic. "Amelia. Something's wrong with the bank. The mortgage payment didn't go through. They're charging me late fees." I leaned back in my office chair and swiveled to look out the window. "No," I said calmly. "There's nothing wrong with my bank, Ava." What do you mean?" "You always send it. It's an automatic payment." "It was," I corrected her. "I did send it. For 12 straight months. But then, last week, I was informed that I was banned from the very house I was paying for. Not only banned, but I was also told I had to pay a $5,000 entry fee just to be allowed in." Silence. "So," I continued, "I figured that since you're so successful, you must not need my help anymore. So I canceled the payment." The sound that came through the phone was not a cry. It was a shriek. A raw, furious, terrified scream. "You can't do this to me. You're ruining my life. I'll be homeless." "Then maybe you shouldn't have bought a house you couldn't afford," I said. "Or banned the one person who was keeping you in it." I hung up. It took 3 days for the cavalry to arrive. My doorbell rang incessantly at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. I opened it to find Brenda and Richard, my parents. They weren't there to talk. They were there to fight. "How could you?" Brenda shouted, pushing past me into my apartment. "Your sister is a mess. She's devastated. She's an adult, Mom. She bought a house. Mortgages are part of that." "Don't be cold, Amelia," my father, Richard, boomed. "She's your family. You don't just pull the rug out from under her without warning." "Really?" I said, my voice dangerously calm. "Because I was warned. I was warned I was out of the family unless I paid $5,000. That's the warning I got. Brenda threw her hands up in the air. Oh, for God's sake, stop being so dramatic. This isn't about the money. It's about your attitude. Just buy her the damn bag, apologize, and make this go away. I just stared at her. It's not about the money. No, I said softly. It's not. It's about this. I walked to my desk. I picked up the thick, 3-inch binder. I walked back to the coffee table and dropped it. The thud echoed in the small room. This is why it's not going away. They stared at the binder. The house that Amelia built. Richard, looking confused, opened it. His face went pale as he saw the first page, the $42,000 wire transfer receipt. Brenda scoffed until she started flipping the pages. $2,400. $600. $2,400. $600. Her hand went to her mouth. She looked up at me, her eyes wide with a horror that had nothing to do with Ava. You paid for all of this?" she whispered. "For 1 year," I said, my voice shaking but strong. "Every single penny." While she posted about her success. While you both praised her independence. While I lived in this 1-bedroom apartment, driving a 10-year-old car, because I gave her my house fund. And what was my reward? To be banned from her party and extorted for $5,000. Why didn't you tell us?" Richard stammered. "Because I was a fool," I finally yelled. "Because I thought, just once, someone in this family would notice. That you'd wonder how your influencer daughter was affording a $500,000 house. You were all so busy cheering for the golden child, you didn't realize the scapegoat was funding the whole damn show." Richard sat down heavily. "Amelia, what can we do?" "Nothing," I said, taking the binder from his hands. "This isn't a negotiation. This is a notification. The Bank of Amelia is closed. Permanently. Now get out of my house." Ava's perfect life unraveled in glorious, high-definition slow motion. She couldn't make the payments. She couldn't find another fool to foot the bill. She tried to sell the house, but the market had just turned, and she was completely underwater, owing more than it was worth. 3 months after our last conversation, the bank foreclosed. My Aunt Susan told me the whole story. Ava, along with her collection of designer bags, had to move back into her old childhood bedroom at my parents' house. The Instagram posts about manifesting stopped. She had to get a real job. A 9-to-5, entry-level marketing gig. Aunt Susan said she's bitter all the time, furious that she has to work like a normal person. I felt no satisfaction. Just relief. Immense, crushing relief. For the first time in my adult life, my savings account was growing rapidly. I took that vacation to Portland. 6 months after the foreclosure, I bought my own place. A small, perfect craftsman bungalow on the other side of town. It wasn't as grand as the house I'd bought for Ava. It had 2 bedrooms, not 4. But it was 100% mine. And I paid for it in cash. I threw my own housewarming party. It was small. Just my real friends, my colleagues who respected me, and my Aunt Susan. We drank good wine and ate good food. Brenda, Richard, and Ava were not invited. My parents and we talk. Sometimes. The calls are different now. They're careful. Respectful, even. The casual entitlement in their voices is gone. They know the ATM is permanently out of service. I haven't spoken a single word to Ava. I hear she's still working at that marketing job. I hear she's finally paying her own car insurance. Maybe she's learning. Maybe not. But it's not my problem anymore. I lost over $85,000. But I bought my self-respect back. I learned that the warmest home isn't built on drywall and foundations, it's built on boundaries. My family is still split over this. My parents, after seeing the binder, think I was justified. But my Aunt Susan, while she supports me, thinks I was too cruel. She said I should have given them a warning, that I should have confronted them with the binder before cutting Ava off, to give them a chance to fix it before she lost the house. So, I have to ask you guys, was I wrong to pull the plug immediately? Or was that the only karma they would ever understand? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about finally choosing yourself.